the slow response by the United Nations in providing the logistics needed for the regional protection force to then be deployed has delayed that particular move, the deployment of more troops, about 4,000 or so of them, to South Sudan. In an interview with CCTV's Girum, Chala, Ethiopia's Prime Minister Hailemariam Desalegn, who's also the chair of IGAD, the Inter-governmental Authority on Development, said that even though the region has prepared the necessary troops, they cannot be deployed without the required logistics to support their operations.
We know that in South Sudan, the situation is not, encouraging, because there is still violence continuing on, and still killings of the population continuing on. The economy is in a very bad shape, and the humanitarian situation also is dire. So all this calls for immediate actions from both the IGAD member states, the regional countries, the global community, and as well as basically from the leadership of the South Sudan itself. The whole thing is not only a troop deployment, but this is only one aspect of creating conditions that are necessary for the South Sudanese parties, conflicting parties, to implement the peace agreement they have already signed. So the whole thing is the peace agreement has to be implemented. And whether there is a deployment of forces or not, the peace agreement implementation needs political commitment, political will from the side of leadership in South Sudan. I believe that the initiatives that President Salva Kiir is taking recently to have a national dialogue and engagement with the people is a right initiative, and that has to be encouraged. Because ultimately it's the people who should decide. It's not the warring parties who should decide the fate of the people.